Hello, I'm going to take you through the modules for the text and the pictures today. These are foundational modules and they are probably used the most out of all modules. So once you've just got a grasp of those, then you will find your building experience much easier. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a block and divide it into two sections horizontally with text on the left and pictures on the right. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is I'll bring in a blank layout. I'll find the one that is set up as horizontal. You can see there's horizontal, left and right. My recommendation is to remove all settings on these blocks. And the reason is that when you start bringing in more and more blocks and text and whatever, then these things are going to trip you up because you won't understand why they don't want to move dynamically, or they set to different parameters which you don't want. So I would suggest to remove any settings, especially on size. So if you go to the vertical layout, let's remove the minimum size on that one and the minimum size on that one. And we go back to horizontal and we switch off adjust automatically. So what happens now is this block is just going to stretch according to its content, and that's what we want. Alright, so we're going to bring in a text over here where you hover it right over the text. Wherever you want it, it's going to hover. If it's inside the block, it's going to fall in like fully, like shade the whole block, and if it's next to a block, it's just going to give you a line. So we want it inside this block. And we're going to put a heading here, and we just call that one as page title and leave it as that. I want some text underneath it, so we drag it so that we have a line underneath inside the block like that. And we just select any text. We can customize that, so as you hover over the text, we can just increase the margin slightly. Okay, so now we've got a title and some text, and next to that we want to bring in an image. But as you can see, this shape isn't really conducive for just a single image, unless you maybe take the text in the left block here and align it in the center. Okay, let's try that. I'll show you what I mean. We bring in an image. We just want square sides. Let's just bring in any image there. Select. Okay, so you can see there's lots of white space here. And it's not really well balanced, but if this is what you want, I would suggest maybe bringing this into the center. But how do we do that? When we look at the layout of this block, it's a vertical block, which means items are stacked vertically, and when they're stacked vertically, you'll see here you can only align left, center, right and stretch, but we want to align it in the middle from top to bottom. If you look at the horizontal layout, it has got a middle item there, but we don't want it to align horizontally. We want it to stack vertically. So what do? The best thing to do is to bring in another block. Let's just put it somewhere. A single block, and we assign it to horizontal. We take this horizontal block and we put it in over there where we want it. We take the vertical block and we put it inside of that block. Now with this horizontal block over here, we can align it to the center, but we can see that the sizes aren't right. This one is too large, so let's just see how the sizes work here. Let's put this to 50%, and let's change the site's width to 1200 pixels. This normally defaults to 1200 pixels, but if not, you can just type in any width. We just want the website to be 1200 pixels wide. Okay, so that will work if you just want a large picture, and then maybe you just align the text in the center on the left. It looks like it fits nicely, and we can see that with the different screen sizes that it works fine. You'll see in the mobile it stacks vertically, and I'll explain that later. When you put it in the middle, it just works better dynamically. It doesn't push anything out because there's lots of space to expand. You can see that you're getting less and less white space there, but there's still plenty. It's not affecting the block on the right hand side. Okay, but that's not really what we want. What we want in this particular design is to have a title, some text, and then two images next to each other that's more or less the same height, and to make it responsive. So what we can do here is we can remove the horizontal block by taking this vertical block. Now let's open it up. We take the vertical block and we drag it outside, so the horizontal block over here is what we don't want, so we delete that there. Then we will take the vertical block and place it back to where it was, and here they're next to each other again. Okay, now let's remove this picture because we want the two next to each other. Okay, I'm going to undo that, and we say we want the picture to go, not the block. Right. So in this layout, I'm going to bring another block, and I'm going to make it two blocks next to each other, horizontal layout. And in this, I'm going to bring the images. But here you can see as we're hovering already, these are not aligned. So let's just see how they are. Let's just remove any formatting that they've got in there. Let's just see what. Okay, the rest we can do later. All right, so let's bring some pictures in here. We want a square block. Let's just take that picture there. Let's grab another picture, drag it, drop it, edges squared. We want that one, select. Okay, so that looks good. We've got, if we go back to the horizontal block there, it's filling nicely, it's no white space, the width is right, and everything seems fine. But we are quite a long way from finished, because if we look at the different screen sizes, we can start seeing already on the desktop that we're getting some white space here, which is not what we want. So let's go and click on the picture, and we see how are these pictures, the size of the pictures, what's their settings. Okay, we don't want a minimum and a maximum on the picture. Let's do the same on this one. We don't want a minimum and a maximum there. Okay, so let's continue looking. Okay, let's not allow adjustment there, adjustment there. Okay, let's look at the horizontal block here. We've got it's pushing it up to a minimum of 200, so we want it less than 200. Okay. Right, we're starting to get to where we want to be. What we need to find out now is why are these pictures running over the side here. So let's go to the vertical block there, and it says adjust automatically. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's working for us there. Okay, so we're starting to get to where we want to be. We've got no white space, it looks fine. So for these two screen sizes, we're looking okay. But look what happens now when we go to tablet. We're finding on the tablet view that the size of the image and the size of the title and the text here is too much, and as it's getting smaller, so it's squashing it on the sides, pushing it down, giving it white space. That's not looking good. So we'll need to reduce the size of these text items here based on screen size. Yes, we can do that. So let's start with the title. We click on it, we go edit text. That should take us to the text that we're on. This one's called custom 6. We go to advanced, and here font scale for different devices. What this is saying is that if we look at the heading, it's got a size of 40 pixels. This is all based on desktop. So 40 pixels for desktop, if that is on 100. So wide is 20% more than 40 pixels. A tablet is 100%. Phone is sitting at 80%. Let's reduce this tablet to 80%. And we take this text over here, click on it, edit text, goes to custom 7, advanced. Let's also make this 80%. The percentages will differ according to your design. Okay, so here we can see that the text is a bit larger, but it fits in nicely. We've got a tablet, text is a bit smaller, we've got no white spaces, and it is sizing nicely. Now, when we go to mobile, we don't, very seldom do we want to have horizontal alignment, we want vertical alignment. But if we go here, we see it goes to horizontal. How does that happen? On your horizontal layout, if we go to the layout property, we'll see here switch to vertical layout on smaller screens, and it says phone. So on the phone, it will switch to vertical layout. We can say if we click on tablet, it will include phone as well. So if we go tablet, it's switching the two horizontal blocks into vertical. These are staying horizontal because those are still sitting on horizontal. The setting is there still horizontal. But we want it for phone, so we go there. We can see that it goes horizontal. So if we look at the layout there, we go, it's also switching. So all horizontal layouts are switching to vertical on the mobile phone screen size, and that's exactly what you want. So it looks good. Thank you for watching.